Houston Rockets taking on the Boston Celtics. And, of course, Kevin Garnett. He is still out of the lineup.
Kevin, it looks like he should make a welcome return after being hurt a few weeks back.
And nobody's going to be more happy about it than he is. I'm sure that he's dying to get back out on the court.
And courtesy of State Farm, the starting group for the Rockets. Jeremy Lin is out there with Harden. Then there's Chandler Parsons. Then there's Monty Eunice. And it's a Sheik in its center. And for the Celtics, Brandon Bass is out there with Green. Then there's Avery Bradley. Then it's Lee. And it's Pierce in at the 3-slot. From downtown.
Well, it's hard for me to believe this, that Doc Rivers, guys, is in his 14th season as an NBA head coach. We banged heads against each other between the lines way back in the day on the hardwood, and he's already coached 14 years. Top 20 all-time in playoff wins is Doc. He won Coach of the Year back in 2000. His first season as a head coach, and for those who may not know, was also an outstanding commentator before taking the reins on the sideline. So well-versed in the world of basketball is Doc Rivers.
The dish to Lin. Harden. Back to Lin. The feed now to Harden. And there's the pass to Parsons. Tries again. Left side Lin.
Well, once you leave your feet, you really should shoot the ball. At that point, the mistake was made. They were not wasting any time on that fast break.
Well, when it starts with the turnover, that's the best time to get out and run. You can beat the defense down the floor that way.
And Clark, you were talking about Doc Rivers. You mentioned that Coach of the Year award. Not bad for a guy who didn't really have any coaching experience as an assistant. He went straight from the broadcast booth right into the fire, and he got it done right away.
Here's Bradley, following the score by Houston. And that one's good by Pierce.
Great move to get to the bucket and lay that one in. He's got the softest touch around the basket. Impressive.
He kicks to Parsons. Shot from free throw range. And that one's good. Here's Bradley. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis.
You know, Houston for the last several years has tried to get a star player on the roster, but it's so difficult to do. There's only about 10 of them in the entire league. But what they've done is they've put a lot of good players on the floor. They've built their asset base, and they're poised to make a deal when the right one comes their way.
You know, he got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
Now it's sent it over to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with Kevin McHale.
Thank you, Kevin. It'll be exciting to see what they fare against a talented defensive unit, and that's his focus to make sure they're successful. He said it might take us a little to create the best shot opportunity, so we have to be patient and selective with our shots. Use that shot clock to our advantage. Guys, patience and discipline offensively.
Hey, Doris, thanks. Steve, Clark, how do you best throw a defense like this off balance to enable your scorers to get comfortable?
I think the key is you need motion. You can't get too stagnant offensively when you're going one-on-one. Activate the offense with ball and player movement.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. And then the other part of that, too, for me, Steve, is you got to be ready to take good shots whenever they come available.
They double him with Green. A Sheik.
Yeah, he spent a little extra time on the rim there. It looked like he wanted to do a pull-up.
It looked like it checking his landing. I think Clark, man, pretty big statement, too.
Yeah, or so he'd have the refs believe.
Clark down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. And now let's check out the standings in the Eastern Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Taking a look at Miami. And, of course, there's the Celtics. They're tied right now. Monty Eunice is checked in for Robinson. Well, it was the Boston Celtics, their last game, a loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And, Kevin, when you don't take advantage of your trips to the free throw line, which they definitely did not, it's tough to recover from.
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, they left a lot of cheese and lettuce at that foul line.
Not to mention some ham and turkey.
Celtics trailed by 4. Here's Lee. Lee's got his first basket of the night. Rockets are gone 6 of 9, shooting it well.
They went up against an extremely passive defense in that game, Clark. That was something to watch.
Yeah, but trust me, Steve, they weren't complaining about it at all. I mean, you'd love to catch a team having an off night defensively.
The Rockets shooting their first free throws of the game.
No, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
Terrence Williams is checked in for the Celtics.
You know, throughout the history of the NBA, the Celtics have been such a constant presence in the postseason that it's hard to imagine the playoffs without seeing the green. Every year the players change, but the Celtics mystique is always in it, and that team is always hanging around.
White, good. Houston in the lead. Too long in the paint, so he's hit with a 3-second violation. It's really the mark of a great franchise. Boston expects great things from the Celtics each year, and more often than not, Steve, they deliver.
Yeah, you don't get all those banners that they have in that building without executing in the postseason. That's what this Celtic team has done the last few years. They play together, they play hard, they defend, and they're at their best when their best is needed.
Jordan Crawford's checked in for the Celtics. Terry comes in for Avery Bradley. Here's White. And so he draws the foul on the shot. On trip to the line to shoot 2.
DJ White.
I like DJ White. Came out of Indiana, nice front court reserve player, can score a little bit, rebound. He's not going to be a star. He's not going to try to do too much, but he knows his role, and he can fill that role really well.
And guys, DJ White really is still quite young. I mean, he can knock down the open jump shot for a big man. If I'm an NBA GM, he's a guy that I'd like to keep at a reasonable price. I mean, he's the type of player that can perhaps play above what he might be paid. A good, valuable front court reserve.
Crawford's shot is good. Rockets have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Brooks, the pass to Smith. This is it to Brooks. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession.
Now that pass had just a little bit too much heat on it for him to make a clean steal.
Yeah, I think it would have been a tough catch for either of them.
Just 4 to shoot. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
Celtics ball.
I'll tell you what, wandering aimlessly out of bounds like that might earn him a ticket to the bench.
11 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Tries from 16. And another basket for Boston.
Both teams are, guys. I mean, points coming fast and furious.
Puts the lead pass in front of him. It's the end of the first with a tie game here. And already these offenses. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. When you consider how the Celtics are doing, Steve and Clark, your thoughts?
I was impressed with their transition game, guys. They really got out and ran the lanes.
Yeah, they did. I mean, no better way to get easy buckets than through fast break.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. We've got Thomas Robinson. He's out there with Smith. Carlos Delfino out there with Brooks and Beverly. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, when you think of Kevin McHale, you think of a Hall of Fame basketball player. In his days with the Celtics, he was phenomenal. 7 All-Star appearances, he won 3 championships, playing next to Robert Parrish and Larry Bird. Boy, he was something.
And going back to Kevin McHale's playing is one of the great low-post scorers. 13th, in fact, all-time, Steve, in career field goal percentage.
Well, when you think of low-post guys, I mean, to me, McHale, with that litany of moves he had down on the block, was just incredible. An amazing player and part of that dynasty in Boston during the 80s. That was something to watch. Well, he's an athletic 2-guard, Kevin, a good defender, great quickness, and he gets his share of steals. I'm a big fan of Courtney Lee.
Yeah, I like his commitment defensively, Steve. You're right on the money. Not one of those players who's just interested in glamour plays. When he plays, it is for 100% of the time, 100% of the effort.
And we'll check out the numbers for James Harden. 5th in scoring, 6th in steals. And he's just been so consistent from the foul line, ranking in the top 15 in free throw percentage.
And, you know, going back to his spot near the very top of the scoring list, I mean, he's come up with so many different ways to beat you at the offensive end of the floor. He's almost unguardable.
Avery Bradley, he's checked in for Jason Terry. And finished off by Bass.
Defense caught dozing off that time.
Those open dunks, pretty high percentage.
Yeah, you're not going to miss many of those. I mean, this is really a poor defensive effort.
And Parsons kicks to Eshu.
You know what?
Great tee that time from Green. Celtics leading by 4. And Paul Pierce with the slam.
This is Kevin Harlan. Reached up high and brought it down hard.
That's how you do the dunk.
You guys are crazy.
The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second.
And what you love about James Harden is his passing ability. You know that he can score. He can shoot with range, put the ball on the floor, get to the rim. But he's probably the best passer on the team as well, and he also has a great beard.
Celtics foul call.
And Parsons gets it to go.
That's his second.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
And James Harden, you said it, Steve, not just a scorer. He really, Clark sees the game.
Yeah, I love that about him. He sees and feels the game. Those are guys that just have a knack for being in the right position, right place, understand the pace and rhythm of the game. His rush hour handles, I tell you, allow him to do things that very few players can do in the paint.
And so here is Houston following the bucket by the Celtics. Here's Parsons. Sinks that one from the post. Parsons got 5 points in the quarter. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Bradley with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up and out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard so we can see and check out some of the most feared defenders in the league. The steal leaders among shooting guards. James Harden, 3rd.
Well, this is a very intense group. Those steals haven't come by accident. They've gotten them through the effort they're willing to expend on that aspect of the game.
Right on. I mean, they're lockdown defenders, all of them. As gritty a group of guys as you can have on the perimeter. Went for the two-hand throw down there. Needed safety and power.
That's how you do it.
Yep. No, nothing fancy, but finished with force.
And the call will be against Chandler Parsons. That's his first foul. And the Rockets making a change here. Delfino's checked in. That'll be a 5-second call.
Rockets ball.
Let's check out the standings in the Western Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Take a look at the Spurs and, of course, the Rockets tied right now. The Celtics making a switch here. White's checked in. Harden can't hit. Celtics have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Courtney Lee is on the win. Second shot opportunity. White. White's got 5 now.
Well, you're not going to get a more high-quality look than that. Terrific offensive rebound there.
And the whistle blows in the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play.
My goodness, he's going to do some damage with dunks like that to himself or the rim, maybe both.
Well, that's a chance he's always willing to take, Steve.
Well, I hope he does continue to take them because that was sensational. Attacking the paint again and again.
You know, they're getting whatever they want. I mean, 8 straight points coming inside.
Rockets trail. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics. Lynn dishes to Harden. Back to Lynn. Harden right side. From 12 feet out. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 6 assists here tonight. And the call will go against Thomas Robinson. That's his first foul. Jordan Crawford's checked in for Courtney Lee. James Anderson, he's checked in for the Rockets. The shot by Pierce will not go.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Oh, good from Delfino. Down low.
Wow. I like that foul. You don't want to give up an easy two in transition.
Well, you don't want to give up a layup. Make him earn them from the stripe, and maybe you get a break and he makes only one of the free throws or misses them both.
Jordan Crawford, just an unabashed gunner and scorer. I mean, he's looking to shoot every single time he catches the ball. A lot of people will remember him from the NBA summer camp when he was back in college at Xavier when he dunked on LeBron James.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Mello comes in for Brandon Bass. And it's Terry in for Avery Bradley. Outside Terry. That's good. Terry's got his second basket of the night.
And what I love about him, Kevin, is the supreme confidence he has at the offensive end of the floor. He just seems to want the big shot with the game on the line.
And I don't think we can talk about him without also mentioning his tendency to just erupt and string together a bunch of baskets in a row in a real short period of time.
And you mentioned Jordan Crawford. He also said in that interview that he felt like he was better than Michael Jordan, or at least he felt he could be better than Michael Jordan when it was all said and done. Well, you got some pretty big words there.
Yeah, you'd rather have a little more confidence than not enough. And in young players, you can sometimes forgive them for statements that are out of bounds. But I like this kid's confidence in scoring ability.
Aaron Brooks, he's checked in for James Harden.
Again, they attack the hoop from the lane, and it's been really good to them.
Yeah, they're getting whatever they want down there. That's 4 of their last 5 buckets coming in the paint area.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. A tray, and that one's good. RC has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. It's Pierce on the wing. And the call will be against Chandler Parsons. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. The Celtics have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Good from Pierce.
Well, they're shooting more free throws now than they were in the first quarter, and that's always important. Get those easy points when you can.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Steve. I mean, it shows they haven't lost their aggression in terms of creating contact. You know, sometimes teams will build the lead, and then they start driving the car with the parking brake on. Stay aggressive.
Here's Anderson. So the whistle blows on the shot from 2 free throws for the contact right there. This is his first free throw of the game.
You know, there's been some improvement in his free throw shooting this year. His percentage has taken a little jump compared to last season.
Your Celtics death. Give it up.
And he sinks the second. Pierce. There's Terry, and that's not going to go. And a tight game here as we end the first half.
38, the Rockets. 36.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. He out there with Avery Bradley. Then there's Fat Mello. Then it's Pierce. And it's White in at the power forward. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Austin with the ball after the Rockets pick up 3. Here's Pierce. That one goes. Pierce has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Yeah, we're now starting to see them get some high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 7, and it's White with the rebound. White's got his 6th rebound on the night. And Pierce, here we go. Deflected. Harden against Lee. Harden the pass to Garcia. Dishes it to Lynn. Some nice passing there by Houston. That's blocked. The inside, guarded by Harden. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Here's where Boston sits right now, Kevin, in the current league rankings. 7th in field goal percentage, 7th in free throw percentage. And they're in the top half of the league distributing the basketball as well. Not too shabby. Room for improvement, but acceptable.
And they've shot the ball pretty well. You talked about that field goal percentage. And I think it just shows that they're playing well together, they're playing hard, and they're playing well at both ends of the floor, because in order to have a good field goal percentage, you have to play good defense as well.
There's the pick. Celtics on D. 3-point lead. The Sheik gets to Parsons. In the foul on Avery Brandon. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the 3rd quarter. Robinson dishes to a Sheik. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Harden on the wing. Jacks up a 3.
Well, I tell you what, guys, his struggles from the field have definitely taken their toll on the team today.
Another miss by Harden.
1 of 4 now to start this 3rd quarter. You know, James Harden has started to draw comparisons to Manu Ginobili for his ability to really do it all offensively. Shoot, drive, create, and of course, being left-handed, that helps too.
Stolen by Jeremy Lin. Feeds it to Harden. Shot denied. It's off his foot. And the ref's whistling a kick ball. Terrence Williams is checked in for the Celtics. Parsons passes to Harden. Goes straight up. Here's Robinson. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Well, what you love about Robinson is you can see the NBA body, even back in his days at Kansas. Great strength and athleticism at that 4 spot.
Yeah, I like how revved up he plays, though. His motor is fantastic. He'll stay with it inside until he gets fouled or takes the ball to the bucket. He's relentless in how he goes about things. You know, guys, you look at that James Harden-Ginobili comparison, and they both can really run the pick and roll effectively. They're slashers, they're smart, they can shoot the 3, they got the mid-range pull-up. I think Harden still has a ways to go defensively to be on Manu's level, but he's making strides there as well.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Brandon Bass is checked in for Melo, and it's Green in for DJ White. Now, here's Green after Jeremy Lin's miss. Williams kicks to Green. Knocked away. 11 feet away. Williams' shot is off. Rockets trail. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road.
I know I'll be looking out for the final score in that Kings game. Should be a close one.
Here's Bradley. The Rockets making the shot. Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. Now some of the numbers NBA wingman have been putting up from the field this season are truly impressive. Have a look at the top shooters among them. 5th on the list, Jeff Green.
Well, that is such an efficient group offensively. That's really the best way to describe them. Nothing forced, just solid, smart shots.
And at small forward, that's the only way to post that kind of percentage. I mean, just letting them fly from the perimeter isn't going to get it done. You got to get it inside some, too.
Been a little too easy for them inside, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, Steve. I mean, they've really dictated the action in the paint. That's been their focus, and the defense hasn't mounted much resistance at all.
And Clark and Steve, as we approach the 4th quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets, and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither side really able to create much of a cushion at all. So which team can make a little run here? We'll see.
It's stolen by Bradley. Time call here the Celtics decide to turn it over.
Yeah, he definitely saw some things that were not working for them out there. And now he's going to make some adjustments.
I'm not sure what it was, but he clearly wanted something to change out there.
Jordan Crawford's checked in for Boston. Terry comes in for Avery Bradley. And a change for the Rockets. Aaron Brooks, he's checked in for James Harden.
Well, I like that he's come up with some big baskets for this team to help him out in getting this lead.
The Celtics have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
Yeah, in general, they've been very solid. I mean, free throw shooting isn't something they've had to worry about too much this season, guys.
Now we look at Jeff Green out of Georgetown here playing at the small forward. Really a combo. He can play either the 3 or the 4. What makes him tough is that he can handle the ball like a 3, but he's got the size of a power forward. That's right where they wanted to go with the ball on that possession.
Outside Terry. And the foul on Terrence Williams. That's his first foul. Francisco Garcia is checked in for the Rockets. Chandler Parsons comes in for Carlos Delfino. Here's the screen. Anderson kicks to Esheed. A rebound by Jeff Green. And when you look at Jeff Green, he's got the quickness to play the 3, but he can post up on others at small forward.
I like him best at small forward, Kevin. He's more comfortable, I think, in quickness matchups than he is in the strength and bully ball matchups. And his rebounding number is less of an issue when he's playing small forward.
And so here is Houston following the bucket by the Celtics. Terry outside. Crawford guarded by Garcia. It's Terry outside. That's the bucket good. And it's a 5-point Celtic lead. Here's Parsons. He has 7. He feeds it to Brooks. Over Williams. And he beat the buzzer, but it's no good.
The score. Your Celtics.
Celtics leading by 5. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. We've got Chandler Parsons. Sheik is out there with Garcia. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Brooks. And it's the 2 guard. The Rockets shooting at 51%. Really solid. Lin against Terry. Lays out. Out of bounds. Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession.
14 seconds.
And Parsons kicks to Garcia. Here's a Sheik. And that one's good. Sheik's got the first basket as we get going in the 4th for the Rockets.
What a game. This is really fun to watch.
And when games are tight like this, I mean, success or failure can really turn on just small details in 1 or 2 plays.
You just see them taking it strong into the paint over and over again.
Yeah, that really seems to be the strategy partner. I mean, pound it inside.
It's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. Celtics making a switch here. White's checked in. He dishes it to Harden. Crawford with the steal. Inside. Williams. And the call will be against Chandler Parsons. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
He's going to have to be very careful, guys, because that's his 4th foul now, so we'll see how he responds.
Crawford kicks to Williams. Right down low, guarded by Garcia. Hits the bucket. And it's a 7-point Celtic lead. Now here's Lin. About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. Sheik rebounded by the Celtics. White's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. That'll be the second game of a 5-game homestand.
I'll be looking forward to seeing how that Detroit game plays out for sure.
Now, here is Harden. Kicks it to Lin. He passes it to Parsons. Here's the 3. Yes! And a nice assist from Lin. Lin's got his 8th assist in the game. Stolen by Harden. There's the dish to Parsons. Plenty of space. And he hits the jumper for 2. Parsons got 5 points now this quarter.
We've seen this from him before. Once he gets going, look out.
Terry dishes to White. Here's the feed to Bass. Shoots over a Sheik. And it's Boston with another.
And the shootout continues.
Trading buckets both ways. I mean, offense definitely the focal point for these teams.
Harden guarded by Crawford. And the foul on Jason Terry. That's foul number 2 for him. Melo's checked in for the Celtics. Pierce comes in for Terrence Williams. Everly, Terry covering. Everly. Here's Robinson, and he lays it straight in.
Well, they've had the advantage in rebounding all night, but none bigger than the one right there.
Right side, Pierce. White with it. Robinson picks him up. Pierce's shot is good. Rockets trail by 6. To the middle. Houston moving it around. Here's Parsons. And Houston again with the bucket.
Guys, he's really shot the ball well. It's definitely not his fault they find themselves trailing.
And Pierce, here we go. Terry. Left side, Terry. And the wing jumper offline. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Parsons got the ball. A quick look, no good that time. Celtics leading by 4. Here's Pierce. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. Shoot free throw.
Their free throw attempts are down this half, probably because they're settling for that outside shot too much.
Yeah, I think they're getting a little complacent with their shot selection, Clark. A little lazy on offense. Got to be aggressive and attack the rim.
And when you take a look at what the story under the glass has been, tremendous presence under the basket.
Yeah, you said it. Tremendous presence. You're right. It definitely has been, and it might come down to the final possession. That key rebound.
Wouldn't that be something? Here's what Boston's going with right now. Jeff Green is checked in for White. Lee comes in for Jordan Crawford. And it's Avery Bradley in for Jason Terry. And here's Harden for 3. Here's Robinson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Excellent game we've seen from Thomas Robinson. 8 rebounds, and he has 1 block in the game, too.
I don't care if it's a small contribution. I mean, getting everybody to chip in with a little help on defense is so critical to a team's success.
And the Rockets making a change here. Delfino's checked in.
Can't allow that to happen, guys. Just a defensive breakdown there on the board.
Pulls up, high post. And he connects with the jumper. 14 points for Paul Pierce.
That's what a good solid screen will do for you. It gets you a good look at the hoop.
Whoa, that's a big shot right there.
And that one really took the air out of this crowd.
Kevin, the silence is deafening.
Bradley puts to Melo. Rockets with the rebound. 1:06 left in the fourth. Here's Harden. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there. And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter. Green up on top. Guarded by Robinson. Melo pass to Green. Robinson pulls it in.
Yeah, he's surprised he didn't make that one because he had a pretty clean look at the hoop. So hard not to go for it when you see that chance at the alley-oop.
And he wishes you hadn't yet.
Bradley dishes to Melo. Pushes up. It's in! Huge bucket.
They don't get much bigger than that, Steve.
Timeout called the Rockets. They trailed by 3. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the fourth for the Rockets. Chandler Parsons comes in for Carlos Delfino. And it's Brooks in for James Harden. That's to catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Kevin McHale address his team. He wants them to pick it up and really go for it right now, saying no time like the present. Embrace it. Embrace the spotlight and let's make it happen. Let's see what they can do.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock from moving.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Major pressure on those free throws. Didn't phase him at all. Three-pointer now is the only option.
15 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Off his leg, and it's being called a kickball. Here's Parsons to tie it up. Misses the 3. But they recover it. He hits the first one, and that brings them within 2. Free throws good from Parsons. Time call here. The Celtics decide to top it over. They're ahead by 1. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Screen, and they drop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here, so now it's a 3-point game.
A chance to tie it up, Mark.
A 3 would make it happen.
And so it's Boston standing by with the win. It was anybody's game right to the very end.
And it was. The coaches happy with the outcome, but maybe not so much with the margin.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Jeff Green.